In this video, we're going to talk about dove hunting in Yuma, Arizona. We will discuss some of the gear that I use, what part of the season is the most efficient, and how to avoid thousands, and I mean thousands, of hunters. So get ready for some epic dove hunting content and make sure to like and subscribe to the video to support the channel. If you didn't know already, dove hunting in Yuma, Arizona is like the Mississippi Flyway, but instead of ducks, it's dove. There is no better place in America to shoot dove than in Yuma, Arizona. Yuma is the main migratory route for all morning and white-winged dove. So let's go over some of the crucial gear you will need to make this dove season a success. Over the years, I have refined my pack and simplified it. Now, there are plenty of guys that go out there and shoot dove right by their truck with zero gear, but that's not how I like to hunt. I like to get out in the bush and actually feel like I am hunting. Okay, the first item we're going to discuss is the backpack system. This is a very good backpack system right here. It is an Alps backpack, an Alps outdoor backpack. It runs about $90. It's a little bit expensive for dove hunting if all you're looking is a dove hunt, but it's a good overall day pack for hunting. So I use it for coyote hunting, I use it for deer hunting, I use it for dove, I use it for pretty much anything I need on a hunting basis. But the most crucial part about this backpack system, whatever backpack system you want to go with, is the hydration system. You want to be able to put camelback in there to where you can have a hose sticking out of the backpack. It's set up for that. That's number one. You don't want to have a water bottle that you're having to set down and pick up and keep track of multiple times, because if you do that, you're taking away from a shooting hand or a reloading hand, okay? And it's just not worth it. And then you're having to keep track of where you put it down, and you might have to run over there or run over here. Everything's in the backpack that you need. That's why it's so crucial. This is a Walmart backpack. It's smaller, lighter weight. I think it's like 15 bucks. The only problem with that option is that it is going to have less storage space. Okay, there's not going to be as much storage space in that backpack. This backpack has a lot of storage space here in the main pouch. Then it has a secondary pouch right there where you can put other stuff like ammo, knives, licenses can go in the front here if you don't have those licenses on your phone. But I also like having a backpack because I like having to put all my stuff in one place. So when I get ready for dove season, I get ready a day or two before, and I put everything that I'm gonna need in this pack. All the gear we're talking about fits in this pack. Everything's extremely organized, and that way when I get up early in the morning, all I have to do, water's already in here, I just grab it and I go. That's it, that's all I want. I don't wanna have to be grabbing stuff early in the morning, trying to like organize everything and figure out where everything's at. I don't want to deal with that. I just want to grab one item and my rifle and head out the door. That's it. All right. Makes it a lot easier on your life, makes it a lot more streamlined, and it makes it more efficient for you to do things like that. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is hydration systems. All right, this is a Camelback hydration system that I got from the military, so it's pretty old, but I like that it has one of these hose covers on it. All right, that way the sun isn't beating down on it and nothing abrasive can cut it. And so I haven't been able to find one like this. Like I said, I got this from the Marine Corps, and so it was kind of a custom thing there. But yeah, they might have them on base where they sell Camelbacks like this. I don't know. So if you know somebody on base, have them go grab it for you, or if you can get on yourself. But yeah, I like carrying a 3 liter. That's the minimum amount I'm gonna go with. I don't want anything less than that. Anything more than that's a little bit too heavy. But I will drink on a hot day 3 liters of water at a minimum, okay? When you're out there running around, you'll drink through that just really quick. So I highly suggest bringing a 3 liter Camelback with you if you can. Hydration is key, ladies and gentlemen. You have to hydrate before the hunt. This year in 2023, it was a very cool year until like the middle of June. It was cold all the way until the middle of June, and then when the middle of June hit, boom, it was hot. And right now we've had like multiple days in a row where it's like 119 degrees, and it's just been brutal. So you want to be able to hydrate multiple days before the hunt, okay? Don't come to Yuma, Arizona and hunt dove thinking you don't have to hydrate until the day of or just the day before. It's not going to go well with you. You have to get electrolytes in you, and you have to be pounding water days before in preparation for this, because you are going to get heat exhaustion this year. It is deathly hot, okay? So make sure if you're coming here, you hydrate properly. Trash bags are the next item on my list. Trash bags, I'm not gonna have a trash bag to show you guys. You know what a trash bag looks like. Get any kind of trash bag. That is gonna be crucial. Get a couple of them, fold them up real nice and tight, and shove them in your pack, all right? What that's gonna be good for is it's gonna be good for putting all your spent shells that you're gonna be shooting. Make sure you pick all those up. And so putting those, even a grocery bag would be good for those, but you can fill those grocery bags up pretty quickly. So that's why I recommend a trash bag. Bring a trash bag so that you can pick up all the shells. You can also discard dove wings and stuff like that if you're gonna field dress these birds. Just remember that if you are gonna field dress your birds, you have to leave one wing attached to the breast. If you do not leave one wing attached to the breast and you get pulled over, you're gonna end up getting a ticket from the Department of the Game and Fish. So make sure you leave a wing attached, but I also like having those trash bags just for cleaning up stuff and all that. So make sure you bring those items. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is shoes. You wanna have lightweight shoes. You do not wanna have heavy or bulky shoes, okay? Like I said, it's hot. You're gonna wanna have some ventilation with your feet. You're gonna wanna have light feet, especially if you're gonna be running around multiple times to different locations. You're gonna wanna keep it light on the feet. You can use regular tennis shoes, or you can have like a lightweight hunting boot if you would like. It's whatever your preference is on that, but I would recommend having it at least ankle height for the shoe that you pick. So the next thing you're gonna want is some kind of face covering. So you can use a neck gaiter like this, all right? Anything to protect yourself from the sun. I don't like using these all the time, especially during dove season, particularly because it just is, it's brutally hot, right? And it just makes the breathing kind of annoying. So I like having a shemagh. A shemagh is really, really good. You can learn all sorts of different ways to wear them, but these things, especially for glassing out in the desert, they're just amazing, you know? They keep the sun out of you and all that. Other items you can have is a shirt like this right here, where you can have like a hoodie that comes up like that. You can use that. I highly recommend having a lightweight shirt like this. This is Forlo. It's for Love of Hunting. It's 100% made in America. All right, I don't have to worry that no Chinese slave had made this, my clothing and all that, which is quite a majority of clothes that come out of China are made by slaves. So I like that it's made in America. All right, so I really like this camo. I really like how it feels. It's lightweight. It's got the hood. The hood is really good. And I don't overheat in this thing, and so that's really what I like to wear. They are a little bit pricey though, warning there. But I also want you guys to be bringing sunglasses. Have the sunglasses. There's multiple times where you're gonna have to look into the sun or look by the sun or close to it, and having a sunglass on your face is just 10 times better than not having it. The next item is optional. You don't have to bring this, but it's a chair, okay? This is a lightweight glassing chair that I use for deer hunting here in the desert. Again, I like to backpack into areas, and so I try and get a lot of ultra light gear so that I can get back into these areas with all the resources I need. So this is a glassing chair. It's extremely light. It's like maybe 1.5 pounds, and you can set this up for dove. This is just one I got from Sportsman's right here. And honestly, any chair is gonna work. The lighter you keep them, the better. Just because you're gonna have to run and gun with them. I don't particularly like having a chair when I'm dove hunting because I'm constantly on the move. I'm constantly going and scanning over here, shoot a bird, go pick it up. You know, I don't have a whole lot of time to be sitting. And if I do, I'm just taking a knee or I'm sitting on the ground. I'm trying to conceal myself as much as possible. I know there's a lot of guys that just go out there literally by their truck, set up a chair, and they shoot dove and they hit a limit. That's fine for the first couple of days, but after that, after the first couple of days of dove season, that stuff doesn't really work too good anymore. So the next item is decoys. Decoys are paramount when you're dove hunting here in Yuma, Arizona. You don't have to have them, all right? It's not essential. You can go without it, but I love it. The dove, they lock up on these like crazy. Now this is a teal, all right? This is a duck decoy mojo, all right? It doesn't matter. The dove, they go all over it. They go crazy. All they want to see is this right here. That's all they want to see. That's all they care about. They're not really paying attention to the rest of it. All right. So I've had so many dove lock up on this decoy right here. I've got BBs all over this part right here. So it doesn't damage the outer shell if you hit it, but as long as you're far enough away, even these have taken on pretty good damage where they're not beat up too bad, but as long as you're far enough away, if you're real close and you blast this thing, you're gonna put some damage on it. But decoys are essential. This year I'm going to get non-motion decoys as well, because that just shows the birds that it's a calm area, everything's still and nothing's really going bad in that area. All right, everything's nice and relaxed. This right here is gonna show the dove that there's movement, there's action over here, there's something going on, and it catches their eye. Then they see the steel decoys and they're like, okay, it's calm and relaxed over there, I can go land over there. The last item I'm going to pair with clothing, I almost forgot it, is some kind of hat. All right, this is called a boonie cover in the Marine Corps, and these boonie covers are amazing. Okay, they keep the sun out, and then you pair it with a hood and it just works out perfectly. So any kind of lid system, even a regular hat, you're going to want to bring just to keep the sun from beating on your head. Pairing a hat with your hood and then a mask cover, it's perfect. All right, you can't go better than that. But it's going to keep you out there in the field longer. It's going to keep the sun out of you and draining you, and it's just going to be better experience overall. So the next item we're going to talk about is ear protection. Okay, now with those boonie covers, like I just discussed, it is a little bit difficult to wear this with it, so you can get regular earplugs if you want to wear that. But typically I will wear just a regular hat, my hood, and then a face mask. And that keeps the sun out of my area or off of my face, and then it allows me to wear these, because when you put this over your head, you can't really have anything more than a hat. And yeah, that's the only downside to having these kind of things. Other than that, these things are amazing. Okay, these are noise canceling impact sport. I forgot what the name is. It is Howard Light. Howard Light is the brand, and I love these things. You know, there's just a little knob here that I twist, and it turns up the volume and it amplifies my hearing, so I can hear the dove flying from far away before they even get here, and I can look and identify the bird and then shoot it. As soon as you shoot, these headphones cancel the loud noise out at a certain decibel, and so you can still hear without the microphone on, you can still hear pretty good, but with the microphone on, it's really good. So really like these. These are essential to your pack list. Always have ear protection. Otherwise, you're just going to blow your hearing out and it's going to suck. Okay, next topic is ammo. Okay, what kind of ammo should you get? It depends on what kind of gun you're shooting. Now, I shoot a 12 gauge, okay? So that's what I kind of keep with Streamline, because it's good for duck hunting, it's good for dove, and it's good for quail. All right, so I do a 12 gauge. This is 7.5 shot, okay? 7.5 shot, and it's 1255 velocity, FPS. So you want something that's gonna be up there in velocity. You don't really want something that's gonna be like 1,000 or 1,200 velocity. You want 1,200 or more velocity with your rounds. I would like to go a little bit higher than this. Like I like getting in that 1,400 FPS range. But if you find 1,200 and above, it's going to be perfect for what you need. 7.5 shot is good. 7 shot is good too. You can bounce either one of those. I don't really like particularly going to 8 shot because I don't know, I just don't like it. I haven't experienced as many good shots with 8 shot. I feel like my distance goes down with it a little bit. I feel like the birds are a little bit more resistant to it. I'm sure you could shoot birds just fine, but I do a killing on 7 to 7.5 shot for my BBs. This is 2 3/4 inch shells. I like to go to 3 inch if I can, if my gun can handle it. 3-inch really gives me long distance to be able to get out there a little bit further and shoot those birds. But when they're real close to you, it can be a little bit more difficult. But I like 3-inch. That's just what I prefer. The rounds I like is Remington. These rounds right here are a really good load for dove. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I do know that the only ammo I really hated out there was Winchester. Okay, that wounded a lot of ducks for me and some dove. So they just don't shoot as consistent as these, you know. So I like shooting a Remington round is a pretty good round. There's other rounds out there you can get. They'll get the job done. Just try and avoid the Winchester shells. Last item on my list is the gun, all right? This is just a $100 gun right here. This is nothing bougie, nothing expensive, nothing crazy. Does it jam? Yeah, it jams every now and then. Oh well, I get over it, all right? I'm pretty quick at getting the jams out and getting back on the dove. It just does it every now and then, and I just put a little bit more lubrication on it and it's good to go. This is a semi-automatic, folks. I really like that because I can just go on the bird, stay on the bird, and I don't have to worry about any other movement. But you know, pumps are just as good. I have a pump shotgun as well, and I don't really experience any kind of difference. The only thing I like is that I don't have to worry about reloading all the time with it, right? It just automatically does it for me. So that's what I really like. I really like having a semi-automatic. And this thing has killed a lot of dove, folks. $100 gun. Gotta love it. Can't beat it. The most important tip when it comes to dove hunting is getting up early. It is an absolute requirement that you get out of bed early. Sunrise on September 1st is going to be 06:14, which means you can legally shoot at 05:44. However, if you cannot identify your bird, you should not be shooting. Wake up time should be no later than 04. Now, I know what you might think, that is too early, but it's not, especially if you have a big group of people. I'll be up at 03. The unexpected always happens, so I prepare by getting up and on the road before anyone else. Hunting pressure is a serious topic when it comes to the opening weekend of dove season. For some reason, everyone thinks they have to be here the first few days or else all the birds will be shot. Here's a trick. Show up late. Not late as in the morning you hunt, but late as in the season. There is way less pressure and just as many dove are flying around. Sure, the dove might flare from your position more than on opening day, but that's just because you need to conceal yourself a little bit better. Now, there is nothing worse than getting to a spot and having numerous people already there. Or getting to the spot first to only have a busload of people crowd your area. Inevitably, arguments rise on who was there first, and someone always, and I mean always, ends up getting peppered with BBs. That's why I've created custom scouting reports to give you not one, not two, or three, but 5 different locations to hunt dove in Yuma, Arizona. These locations will 100% maximize your dove hunting experience. It will get you away from the massive crowds and get you back to the peace and quiet of hunting, where you can retrieve your bird without being in fear of getting peppered by BBs, or debate with others about what bird was shot by who. This is exactly why I've decided to offer exclusive scouting reports. Each location has multiple spots to set up in. That way, if someone is in the main location listed, you can go just a couple hundred yards down the way and get set up, giving each of these 5 locations numerous spots to set up in. Not all hunting pressure is bad though. In fact, it can be beneficial to have a few other hunters in the same area to push birds back and forth. But having 100 people in just one field is too much, and trust me, I'm sure opening morning has more than that. That's why I avoid all that nonsense and go to the places with the limited hunting pressure. Sure, maybe there are a handful of people 200 yards away from me, but we aren't shooting each other's birds. If they don't kill a bird, I get an opportunity at it, and vice versa. Dove hunting is about spending time with the people you love and having a great experience dropping birds. It's not supposed to be stressful or dangerous. So if you're wanting to get away from the chaos and get into the dove, check out the dove scouting reports at yumaoutfitter.com. I hope this video gave you a few good ideas to implement this year in your hunt. Please remember that firearm safety comes first, and not to shoot within a quarter mile of a building. If you have any other questions on gear or gear that you use, drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. God bless.